Hello student, welcome back to the session. In the last session we were talking about e-commerce. So let us continue with that. Now you know that e-commerce or electronic commerce is nothing but doing business online. So what are the advantages? I think we have already talked. Let us have a brief glimpse. We can in e-commerce you have both international and national markets, international and national markets, right? And it improves the brand image of the company, and it helps to simplify the business and makes business faster and efficient, and it reduces paperwork, right? All these are the advantages of your e-commerce. And you can do business 24/7. You can inquire at any time, do the inquiry also, and you have more options in e-commerce for the user, and even for the delivery of products, quicker delivery of products, and information is readily available, and you can see all the detailed informations within a seconds, rather than going to the shops, waiting, asking. If they do not know, getting the information takes time, but where here you have the information within seconds. And it also increases the competitions among the organization. So as a result you have a discount facilities available to the customers, and you need not travel. You can sit at home and do the purchasing. And also it reduces the pollution, that is your air pollution and also sound pollution. It reduces your amount that you are going to spend on the petrol for traveling, right? It also you need not pay it with the cash. Also you can do the transaction using your debit cards or credit cards or net banking, whatever you want to. And also the government also delivers the public health services, education at a reduced cost. You can download books, all those things are available. So all these are the advantages of your e-commerce. Now let us just go through how this works. This computerized electronic commerce system works. This is just a general idea. We are not saying exactly the same way, just general idea as to how the electronic commerce works. Now what happens? You are the customer. You are going to place an order through the server online. Place an order through online. So what happens here? When you place an order, this web server sends your order to the order manager. So what does this order manager do? He or she is going to check from the stock if it is present, whatever the item that you are ordering, if it is available. If it is not present, then what does the stock database do here? They are going to place an order to the manufacturer. Again, this is dependent on if it is available or not. If it is not available, you are going to place a order, and then, or it may be a manufacturer also, and you get the product from the manufacturer. And if it is present in the stock, then give an estimated delivery date. Okay, just mention when you are going to give the delivery, that is to the web server, when you can give the delivery. Then also you communicate with the merchant system for payment. Communication with the payment. And this computer, again, merchant system communicates with the bank computer. They say if the customer has got, this bank will tell you if the customer has got an amount or not, if you are going to pay online. And then they accept the authorization for the payment. Once if they pay, you accept the authorization. Now we are not talking about the cash on delivery mode. We are talking about the online transaction, online instant payment through net banking. So once the payment is made to the merchant system, that is the delivery authorization is completed for the payment, Then the stock database. What happens? The digital money is transferred from the customer account to the vendor account, and then the order manager sends the request to the whom? The warehouse manager, so that they can send the goods. And this goods is said that from the warehouse you are going to tell the customer it is going to be delivered, and then the delivery of goods will be done. So these goods can be delivered either digitally if you are buying any digital products like your books and all those things, or it can be done here physically also. So this is the basic working of your electronic commerce. Now, what are the types of e-commerce that you have? Types of e-commerce. So there are different types of e-commerce. The common 4 categories that we have is your B2B, B2C, C2B and C2C. Now let us go through what exactly you mean by this. B2B. In this, B2B means business to business. So this 2 we are representing this digital numerical digit. So what happens in this is the trading or the transaction takes place between 2 business organization. Companies doing business with each other, such as your manufacturers selling to distributors, manufacturer selling to distributor. Again, both are business people only, right? Or can also manufacturer to wholesalers, and wholesaler is selling to retailer. All these are business people, right? So this is your business to business, and pricing will be based on the quantity of the order, and it depends on them how they are going to negotiate. That is a bargaining process. And next we have the business to B2C. What is this B2C? B2C, that is business to consumer. Business to consumer. In this, the trading of goods or services takes place between a business organization and a consumer. For example, you're going to purchase a computer or a mobile from, it may be a branded company or whatever it is, through internet. You're ordering products through online like Amazon or Flipkart or Snapdeal, right? So the transaction is takes place faster. That is from business to consumer. That is your B2C. And you have C2B, that is consumer to business. In this, what happens is the consumer will post his services online. For example, you are saying I want to give my service, I am going to provide some service. As I'm an individual, I'm a marketing expert, I want to design, I'm good at web designing, so I want to create web pages. So if anyone is interested in having my work, then I can provide the work for them. This can be taken up by an organization also. Consumer is giving to business. As an individual, I'm going to do my service online. So I say I'm good at typing. If any of the companies wants a data entry operators, then I can do that work. So consumer to business. And then we have here C2C, that is consumer to consumer. Here when we are saying consumer to consumer means we have a product at home which we do not want it now. For example, I have got a desktop computer at home. I am not going to use it. It is working and it is in a good condition. It is working properly, but I don't want that now. So I want to sell it. So I post it on maybe eBay auction. It's like similar to your auction bids. So I put it on I take a photo, click a photo, and I put the amount that I want for that computer system and post it online. So if anyone, like for example, you are interested, you want to buy that computer, then you are going to contact me and I sell it to you. So it's just a single product, maybe one product or two product that I have and I want to sell. But you are a person, you are also a single person, you are not a business person, a normal consumer, you are also a consumer, you want to use that, so you are going to buy. That is what you mean by a consumer to consumer. And eBay, and one more site is your OLX, right? Buy and sell goods, reused goods you can sell, OLX, right? All these are the different types of e-commerce now. And with this we come to the end of the chapter, that is internet and open source concepts. So hope you have understood, and please submit the assignments in time. Thank you.